Hi there, guys. Welcome to the brand new look and feel of Diary of a Lincoln Geeks stream. I really hope I like your look at this. Um, Took me a bit of time to hopefully rule out a lot of the technical problems, and I do apologize to the followers out there. Um, but hopefully, I've ruled out and ironed out all of the kinks, and I've now introduced some features that I was mentioning previously, and you may have seen some of the test streams that I did yesterday. So if you have, then great. That's always good to know. If not, then enjoy the new look and feel of Diary of a Lincoln Geek on our live streams. So without further ado, I'm going to start off part 4 of our Back to the Future DeLorean build. As please do remember, I do enjoy your feedback. Do follow me and like me on our social media. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Check out our website, doalg.co.uk, and use the hashtag DOALG on Twitter. Without further ado, we'll start with part 4. I hope everyone can hear me. Let's kick this off. So, hi guys. Hopefully you can see me on screen. You can now also see the instructions that I'm looking at. You can also see the build, and of course, at the moment, my live stream on the other screen. But that will be, I'll show you that. I'll put that to the website. So just bear with me. You can see, hopefully now, the screen's updated. Wonderful. So, and also, I've got this on screen so I can show you. I did say I was going to be introducing better camera equipment, and I figured out how to implement my Nikon D7100 DSLR camera as my webcam and my action shot camera. So I'm really chuffed, and I really hope you guys like the new look and feel of all this. So you'll be able to follow the instructions, you'll be able to see what I'm doing, and you'll be able to see, how we're getting on with this build. So my lovely wife is on working away frantically in the background because I've been figuring out the tech, and she's been organizing my parts for today's build. I've got 2 trays and I've got another 2 trays coming. She's frantically picking out parts and seething at me with my organizational skills because I left it kind of last minute today because I was focusing on the tech and not my build parts for the build. So you'll see her come in, do say hi. I'm sure she'll say hi as she comes in. But yeah, without further ado, let's get this party started. So as you can see, this is where we're up to with the DeLorean build. We last episode we did quite a good chunk of the interior. You can see we've got the time circuits console and the steering wheel console with the gauges. Looks very good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to one side so you can see the parts I'm working on as we're looking at the instructions. Okay, so you can see my hands. You can see my hands. Look how happy they are. Even me being silly. And without further ado, hopefully this doesn't disrupt anything too much. I can now go through the instructions, and you guys can see me as I'm doing it. So last stream we were on step 92. I was missing one of these. I'm still missing one, so I'm gonna have to make do without. I've ironically I have just made a little wedge just to fill the gap for the moment. If I find at a later date, I'll disassemble and go back to it just so it fills the gap because I don't want that to be a gap. But I'm annoyed that that part's missing. I swear I had the correct number, so I'll keep working on that. So I hope everyone's well on this beautiful, gorgeous day. What is here in Lincoln. I don't know about you guys. I hope it's okay where you all are. Just want to make sure everything's still running okay, particularly with the technical difficulties that I had recently. So bear with me a second, guys. Want to make sure everything's still streaming straight across to YouTube, and it's still streaming across to YouTube. So yeah, we're on YouTube as well now, guys. So you can comment on the stream, on the videos there, and hopefully I'll pick them up. If I don't see your comments today, it's purely because I haven't got a secondary monitor yet, but I will get a secondary monitor, and I will then hopefully be able to see comments as they go on. But do talk to me, do put comments on, and I can respond to them later. Okay, guys. So if you've got any questions and you like the new look, give it a thumbs up, like it, share it, you name it, do the lot. And I want to be able to. I want you guys to enjoy it. So yeah. Anyway, let's crack on. So hopefully you can see what I'm putting together here. So it goes in one step in. Right. Yeah. And then you go out like here. So yeah, so I hope everyone's well out there in internet land. I hope COVID's not messing with your heads too much and you're not all going too stir crazy. Um, I found out that some people like listening back to this, like the radio, and have a right laugh at me. So I hope when you're laughing at me, you're laughing with me. But it doesn't matter if you're not. At the end of the day, we all do this as a hobby, and I'm just putting myself out there on the internet. But yeah, no, I find it quite sweet that you guys are listening to me like the radio. I'm quite chuffed. I take that as a compliment. So if you are listening back another time, do enjoy. And again, like I said, still put a comment on the video, guys. I do read them and I do try and check up on them. I just may not be able to do it all today with getting used to this new setup. But I hope you can see that, okay? It's looking quite good. You can see it's all coming together nicely. Beautiful. Beautiful when a plan comes together, guys. Do excuse me for with this new stuff and this new system. I'm going to be doubting myself a little bit throughout this. So I will, hopefully trust the tech a bit more as we go on in the future. But yeah, like I said earlier, my lovely wife, bless her, she's gathered all these bits together for me today, and she got quite frustrated, bless her, because I'm normally a lot more organised, but I've let the tech stress me and worry me a little bit. But hopefully, going forward, now I know what I'm doing and I understand it a bit better, it will improve. So that's step 94 and 95, as you guys can see. So I think this is like the rear bumper. So I'm not too worried that part's slightly out because I think it might be hidden under the rear end of the car, I hope. If I have to kind of disassemble it later because it bugs me, then I will. But for the meantime, I don't want a hole in the kit. So we're going on to step 96 now. I will say the guy that put these instructions together in this kit, David Slater, he's done a cracking job. Not only do the instructions look good, but the end piece of model looked really good. So I'm really excited to see this finished. I hope you guys are too. The attention to detail, it really has. I think justifies the title of an Ultimate Collector Series kit if it were to be taken up by Lego. And Lego, I actually think you should because it is awesome. I am absolutely loving this kit, but I'm not at all biased to Back to the Future. I'm not at all a Back to the Future fan. For any of you that doesn't know, it is one of my favourite films, but it's not my favourite film, as I mentioned earlier. I think I meant to talk about it yesterday, actually. I think I said yesterday. I think I might have said to you and slipped that Shawshank Redemption is my favourite film. It is my favourite film, without a doubt. Closely followed by Back to the Future, Jurassic Park, things like that. I'm a bit of a helpless romantic as well. I actually liked really like You Got Mail and Sleepless in Seattle with Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks. Great on-screen chemistry. So I'm not at all afraid to mention that. So this is how much I love my wife. Okay, she's so organised. Okay, she's actually stuck the bricks together for me as she's counted them out. So I can't lose them. She knows me far too well. God, I love her. Bless her. Points out the wife, extra brownie points to the wife there tonight. So she's definitely earned a foot and backward, bless her. So I am gonna. So it looks like we could look into the instructions. We've got to leave a gap at the end, and we have to stagger these between the white and the black. So I leave a gap, black or grey. Sorry, light. I think it's a light bluish grey. This. Um, I will say that there's lots and lots of brick colours Lego, and they're so subtle. Some of them, it's really hard sometimes to determine the difference. But we can do it. We're adults. We can get there. Now I think in the middle here it wants a double grey. It does, yeah. Some people say to me, "How have you got the patience for Lego kits?" Well, I can turn around to them and say, "Well, look, you do painting. How have you got the patience to do painting? Because you love it and you really enjoy it." And I do. I really do love and enjoy doing Lego kits. If I could do this as a career, I really would. But you've got to have backgrounds and degrees in art, and I haven't. So, oh, that didn't sound good. What happened there? I think my camera just switched a second. Just bear me with, guys. I'm just concerned the camera stopped feeding. No, it's still there. It's still working. A little bit of paranoia there. When the tech lets you down, you become a little paranoid. Paranoia. What's that from? There you go, guys. Tell me what that's from. Comment, like, and tell me what that quote's from. Is it a film? Or paranoia. I'm not quite sure. I want to say Little Shop of Horrors, but I don't think it is. But anyway, so that's looking quite good. But yeah, if you figure it out, guys, or you know what that quote's from, then tell me. Put a comment on, and I'll like it later, and we can have a chat about that later. So 99. So 2 more of these white bricks, which is what my lovely wife has done. Bless her. She's a little star. She's really organised it all for me. She's my little roadie. Bless her. They're all organised and put into these trays. I mean, I was using these trays as well, but she's took it to a new nth level, and I love her for it. Yeah. So we're off to step 100 of a very large PDF. Step 100. I'm not sure what page we're on. I've lost track of the pages. Page 74 of 395, guys. So we're getting there. So this sits on the front by the looks of it. Yeah, so it goes along here like so. This is what I like about these double fascia bricks, guys. They give you a way of really creating texture and design, and ways of building that previously weren't available to everyone. But that's looking really good. It looks like a really chunky rear end of the car, apart from my bit that really pokes out. I wonder if I can swing that round so it's not so in your face like so. It's a bit better, isn't it? Yeah, it doesn't poke out so much now. Yeah, not so obvious. Okay, yeah, it's not the right bit, but it looks better than that big square end poking out. See what I've done there. I just wanted to fill the hole. I didn't like the idea of there being a hole there. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna make sure and just see how many people we got, and make sure no one's screaming out and going, "I can't hear you." No comments as yet, but I'm just going to keep talking. I'm going to leave it on that page, guys. If you haven't seen or checked it out, the website is going over a little bit of an overhaul. It is looking quite nice. Please do, guys, go check it out. We also got a link to my new Lego store on BrickLink, and there's a few articles I've worked on over the year, over the last kind of 6 months. There's a few Star Wars reviews and a few board game reviews. but I'm going to try and change the focus and do more live streams, more videos, because people like watching things these days, I find, not so much reading stuff. So there's going to be a big upsurge on the videos. So let's make sure everything's still running. Just like I say, paranoid little bunny. Paranoid little bunny. That is me. If anyone is into Star Trek, you might recognize this hat. Anyone? If anyone went to Destination Star Trek, I did. Great event. Was well chuffed. Met some great people there. Made some great friends. And I'm looking forward to the one in London this year, guys. It's in London this year. If it's still going ahead, I hope COVID doesn't mess anything up too much. You know, it's a sucky thing, COVID, and I'd like to remain positive and think that it won't mess with the London Expo, Star Trek convention. We'll see. We'll see. Anywho, let's get back to the build. Let's jibber jabber, Chris. That's right. Jibber jab. Let's go back to the instructions. So we're on 101. So we've got 2 of these black bricks to go over the fronts and the ends. They have a slight overhang on these parts here. For a reason. It's a design reason. We'll find out what that is at some point, I'm sure, guys. We all see that, okay? So yeah, I really hope you guys like the new setup. I'm digging it, and I just hope it stays like this. We'll soon find out how I get on with all this. I've even now been so organised. I might zoom out and admit to it. I'll just zoom out the lens on the camera slightly, and then I'll put it back. But you'll see. Oh no, there you go. You can even see the white area zone I've marked out with masking tape, so I know what area I'm working in. Probably what a lot of people do, or they have set sets. Does that make sense? Is that a word? Set or fixed sets, so things never move. But I'm likely to, play around with my rig and try and improve things. Ideally, I will have a backdrop at some point. There'll be a blind up on the wall, so I've not got bright light, so you guys can see me better. So you will see a gradual improvement of the production. You really will. But anyway, let's get back to the build. Let's do it, like I say. So I've got to flip it upside down now and place these parts on the underside. So we've got to go like that. Yeah, got to go like that. There you go. Sometimes take a moment, think about what you're looking at, and go, is that right? Yeah, that's right. Got to go in, and you can see on the instructions it goes in. Yeah, awesome. Okay, next. Funny story on this one. So my wife had connected these, bless her, and was frantically going, Chris, there's a bit missing, can't find it. And I was going through my stock, thinking I haven't got any of these. I don't recall seeing any of these. Yeah, because I pulled them for this build and pulled it off the stocks the side. So we're glad we found them. Glad we found them. I certainly was. I was like, not another missing part. So yeah, so that goes on there like so. So yeah, I really do hope that you guys like the new setup. It's a lot better. At least you can see what I'm looking at, what I'm building. The only thing is I can't really do a speed build of this with all this stuff on screen. So what I'm probably going to do at a later date is break this kit apart, rebuild it, do a speed build video so people can see it from sped up from start to finish. And then hopefully, then we'll have that. But it won't be using the footage from this because so far the footage has not been great, and that's purely because I was learning as we started. But the whole point of this Let's Build Together is to entertain people and do this kit together. Like I say, boredom can do a lot to people, and sometimes things like this can just make that a little bit of difference. So if I make a difference to someone, stop them from killing their husband or their wife, by giving them a bit of entertainment that isn't the TV box, because let's face it, we can all get a bit fed up of TV. So if you have a little ray of light in your life, then great. If not, then oh well. That's looking really sturdy rear end. I think it's the rear end of the car. I could be wrong, but my gut says it is because it looks like on the next set of instructions is exhausts. And yes, the exhausts are going in the gap, guys. Dual exhaust. I never realised that on the DeLorean. I never really thought about it. But what interesting, I'm going to post it on the blog, guys. I watched a really cool video online last night as it was getting a bit late, but I was still awake. So I saw this American company um, who build replica props. They built a DeLorean. Look, as almost as amazing, if not better, than the one they used in the films, and it looked incredible. And they were selling it, and I may have got my numbers wrong, but I swear it sold for $600,000, something ridiculous, to a private collector. And you know what? If I had $600,000, I'd do it. I really would. I know it's probably a bit crazy, but who out there in internet land would also spend that kind of money if they had it on a DeLorean? Because let's face it, any sci-fi geek would probably one of your favourites. If not, I'd be very surprised if it is. It is mine. Like I say, I grew up with it. I'm an 80s baby. So that's looking really good. Yeah, you can tell it's the rear end of the vehicle now, and the exhaust looks good. And that bit doesn't look too bad. It doesn't stand out too much. So there goes the camera again, guys. It's my shutter release. It keeps popping. I just want to make sure it's still all right. So I'm going to sit that there like that. Let's quickly check the camera. It's looking all right. Just paranoid. After all the cock-ups, I really hope people have been able to watch this live, because what's happened previously is I've had an interruption in the feed because I didn't know what I was doing. And of course, I then had to re-list feed. And of course, people had already followed or prompted to watch that feed, and it ended. So people dropped off. So I'm very sorry about anyone who watched it early days and that happened to you. So I'm just going to quickly check the chat to see if anyone's put any comments on the page. Just got to remember what screen it was on. Yeah. Yeah, so thanks very much, guys. The comments are great. Emma, thank you very much. I'm glad you cheered for the Jurassic Park chat up. Yes, it is a great film. And I'm really surprised I haven't gone for any of the Jurassic Park Lego kits, to be honest. But I've got other kits I want to do. I want to build. But yeah, and I like the fact that guys like the ideas clever of what I've done here. So no, I'm really chuffed. I'm really chuffed. So glad you're all watching. So let's carry on anyway. So I'm just going to go back to my instructions. I know everyone can see everything. Let's do this, guys. I've just got to remember that there's a camera there, and I've got to talk to you guys and not get too focused on what I'm doing, as well as talking to you. Does that make sense? So I'm just going to lubricate the throat and have a bit of a drink, guys, because all this constant talk is there's havoc on your vocal cords. And it doesn't help. I've had a cough recently, but I am recovering. It is definitely a lot better than it was. He says, doing a psychological cough. So I've now got an empty tray, guys. So that's a good start. That's the first tray done. Okay. I am acutely aware that at 8 o'clock I do have a video call with some friends of mine. I'm sure they will appreciate if I'm a couple of minutes late, but I will be making that video call at 8 o'clock. So the plan is to end at 8 o'clock. I mean, it's 20 past 7 now. We're still good. We're still building. I've got another tray, and there's hopefully going to be another tray on its way soon, brought by my lovely wife. So anyway, we've got to step 106 now. But yeah, as I was pointing out earlier, I mean, the guy that done this, David Slater, the kit, there's subtle little different, details on these instructions. I mean, the step counter looks like the time circuits. He's got the DeLorean logo in the corner. Of course, they've got his licensing and his name on it. And too right, if anyone went online and ripped this off, I think I'd rip their head off. The guy's done a great kit and has put a lot of effort into this build and the instructions. So if this is something you want to build, guys, do go, but download the instructions from BrickVault and give David Slater your hard-earned cash, because he's earned this because he's produced such an amazing kit. And hopefully you'll see it more. And they're not unreasonable for the instructions, but it is just the instructions, guys. You've got to remember you're going to have to use, unless you have a massive Lego kit selection of parts to build this. Bits you've not got, you're going to have to buy, and that's where websites like Bricklink work, or brick sellers, because not all these parts as good as the Lego website is for buying individual pieces and parts. They don't have everything in their catalog still, because of course over the years they've slimmed down that catalog. So you're reliant on independent sellers for those bits. So those sites are really useful. So what I'm going to do is I will post them on the blog. So if anyone who's not seen them or not used them before can have a look, have a click, go check them out. They're really good. And of course, if I've got the parts, then great. If not, use one of the other guys. It's really not a problem. But it's all about the kits, as far as I'm concerned, and about the hobby. So step 106 is to attach this rear part of the vehicle to the kit. So I'm going to grab it from the side that I put here, just like I did earlier in true Blue Peter fashion. And I think this part marries up to here. Yes, it does, as you can see on the instructions. So I'm just going to pop that on there like so. I mean, obviously, the only advantage with this advantage, I think, with buying for second-hand parts is if you can't get new, some of them look a little bit. But if you're careful with where you use these parts, it's not so noticeable. And to be honest, I'm not that fussed about using older bricks, but it's sometimes it needs it's needed. You need to do it. So yeah, there you go. That's on there nicely. I hope you can see that. Okay. So I'm going to pop that back down there for a moment so you guys can have a look at that now attached to the rear of the vehicle. And we're going to move on to the next step. So step 107. So it looks like it's just to reinforce this area, which is good. So as you can see, another tray of parts nicely presented and prepared by my lovely wife. I'm going to crack on. So I'm now going to move this. I'm going to build this straight onto here. So yeah, so this section is purely just to reinforce this join. And this is where you've got decent kit, because the builders and the designers have reinforced stuff. Because let's face it, they know some of a kit like this. It's a collector's series. It's a nice kit, but they know people are going to be handling it. So you're not going to be putting together a flimsy kit that people are going to handle and show to their friends. Because let's face it, I'm going to be showing this bad boy off when it's built. Because how many people's got a Lego DeLorean? Because it's just not a Lego kit that's readily available, and that's another reason why I wanted to build this. So yeah, I'm going to be showing it off. So I appreciate the fact that the designer has made it extra strong. Anywho, so yeah, there's tribute to the designer and the site that I bought that from. Maybe I should try and get a sponsorship with them. I hope my hat's not in the way too much, guys. But yeah, there you go. That goes on there like so. Hope you can see that okay. Yeah. No, it is nice to have helpers on hand there, George. It's always good. It's always good. So I'm just going to back here. But now everything's looking like it's streaming nicely. Yeah. So the kind of improvements, things I see coming with the website, guys. So hope there'll be changing in the main homepage on the website. Again, that's doalg.co.uk. The thing I'm going to be changing mostly is the focus on the video, because it's just not there at the moment. It's kind of focusing on old posts and articles I've written, and of course, people are just not interested. So that's fine. So people want to see media and videos. So that's going to get changed on the website. It's obviously going to link up towards some of the content we've created, like the live streams and some of the board game reviews. Do check out some of the board game reviews. So me and Dan did very early days. They're one of the very first ones. So you'll see the early days production value of the board game reviews, and you'll see them gradually improve as you go. Um, uh, and the first one we did was Labyrinth, the board game that was released by Riverhorse. So check that out. That's quite amusing. We even had a quote tally for film quotes for Labyrinth. So check that out. That's really amusing, and it's an interesting review. Check it out if you've not played it, and you want to potentially give it a go. Do so. I feel like I'm missing a bit. Oh no, it is there. So yeah, check that out. There's also a review of V Wars, and there's also a review of, I want to say, uh, I know we did a Star Wars game at one point, but I don't think that got final cut because they didn't come out great. So I'm trying to just figure out the order on these instructions, guys. So it's not quite clear. This is probably the only time I'm struggling to figure out how this bit goes together. So I'm just going to zoom in on this area, so you guys will be able to see this too. Right, so we can see, here you go. So this is where you sometimes have to really study. And when you're looking at a PDF like this, it can be a bit tricky sometimes. So we know we've got a 2, then you've got so you've got the 2, and then you've got the clip, then you've got the 4, and then it's sandwiched between the 2 6s. Of 2 8s, sorry. So we're going to go, there you go, there's the shutter again. Again, I'm going to trust myself this time and leave it and see, just hope it's not balls up. So one thing I'm going to have to learn is watching my language on this, because at this moment in time, I have not made these live streams kid friendly, purely because I can't trust myself to not swear. So at the moment, sorry kids, unless you've got parent approval, you can't watch these videos, purely because I don't trust myself to not swear on live feed. Try and keep the content neutral, but until I know I can definitely get more practice in talking to you guys, probably going to stay like that for a little while. So sometimes, like I say, you have to zoom in or really study an instruction, because there's no step by step for that element. But closer inspection, you can see it. So that's not a criticism on the design of the PDF. I couldn't see it on the screen. Just want to make sure that's not messed up the stream. You guys can still see that. Yeah, that's all good. That's all working. The camera's gone slightly squiffy, I've noticed. Why is the camera gone squiffy? Is it because it's gone slightly out of focus? That might help a little bit. Might help a little bit. I'm going to move it this way, guys, so you can properly see this end, because this is the end where I'm working at this moment in time. So I know the front end's off camera, but we're working with it. We're working. So yeah, back to the instructions. So step 111 or 111. Right. Okay. So we want these. Lovely. Also, you can now see the parts a bit clearer. Yeah. So that goes together. So clip on there. So yeah. So, cool. And then that goes there. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. I see. So it's like the side end of the lower fender of the rear of the vehicle. So yeah. Cool. That makes sense. Step 112. Right. Okay. Making progress. Right. Yeah. Like I say. So future builds. Things to look forward to. So UCS B-Wing is the next project, I believe. Depending on parts, depends on how well I'm doing on the parts. I've just had a big part delivery the other day, and I hope that see that there. Okay. I hope that I'm not far off from getting all the completed parts, because trying to buy the kit second hand is really quite expensive. So I'm actually really envious of my friend who actually got one when it came out really early. It's before I'd got the vibe, the Lego building vibe back. It was several years ago. Um, and Sam, bless him, got the kit. And it's a beautiful kit, hence me doing this. Hence, I want to do build from me collecting the parts, because trying to buy one outright it's going to be $300-400, and that's 400 quid. £400. I don't want to spend. All right, yes, okay, I can say I went out and spent £650 on an Ultimate Collector Series Millennium Falcon, but I got a really good money off deal. There was a very good deal at Smith's Toys, where they do a yearly promotion. And I will probably do something similar again when Smith's Toys do the promotion this coming year. So I will probably get another collector's kit. Speaking of collector's kit, so May the 4th is coming close. I'm going to be doing a special stream that day. So I hope you all will join me online for May the 4th. And if anyone doesn't get it, it's May the 4th be with you. Hopefully my followers should get that. And of course, they're doing some very nice limited kits on May the 4th. Now, these small scale, large scale dioramas, I'm not a big fan of, but I am a fan of the Ultimate Collector Series kits, and the A-Wing looks great. Check out the post on the on the forum. There will be a post coming on the website soon, but check it out. It looks stunning. Really excited about it. Really excited about it. That's probably a good kit I'm gonna get, but I may have to let the wife build it. No, or was she wanting to build? No, she wanted to build the Stranger Things kit. So I know a friend of mine's just got that. It looks really, really good. Stranger Things. If you haven't seen it on Netflix, then you need to watch it. Take out the free subscription just to watch that. It's worth it. Totally worth it. And it's full of geeky references. Total 80s, 70s, 80s, which of course, like I mentioned earlier, I'm an 80s baby. So anything like that. So many references, it's crazy. At one point in season 2, I'm not going to spoil it too much. So spoiler alert: if you want to cover your ears and you haven't seen it, it does reference Neverending Story, and it's so adorable and so sweet. It's brilliant. But again, that's all I'm going to say. So leave it at that. You can now uncover your ears. You can uncover your ears if you didn't want to hear that. So yeah, it's really good, really good, really, really, really exciting. Right, so these have got to actually go together. Wondering when I was going to do this. I had to order these separately. Someone had to do them in an alternating colour. I wonder why. Normally these come grey with the grey top or black with the black bottom, but not different. So the fact that I get these separate so I can do this kit is going to be worth it because it's going to look amazing. Freaking amazing, guys. Really amazing. So there's another thing sometimes I'll do is I'll reference a swear word from a TV series. So is it classed as a swear word if it's from a TV series made up, like Battlestar Galactica and What the Frack? We as an adult kind of know, but is that too close for kids? I don't know. Put a comment and let me know. And then of course, there's other ones from other series that I'm not going to mention, because if I mention a certain one from Firefly, I'm going to get all sorts of messages from my friends that know what goes off in their head when I say it. So I ain't going to say it, but I've thought about it. So I'm now to say I've thought about it, the game, and I've lost. So speak of the devil, I mentioned it earlier, and she is like a little angel. My lovely wife is bringing in 2 more trays of parts. Wow, I may not actually get all this done before 8 o'clock, but we'll see. So Say hi. There's an empty tray there, babe, if you want to take that one. I'm nearly done with this one. But no, we're making real good progress, guys. It's looking really good. Really good. Hope you can see that. So, anyway, we're up to step 117, guys. Looking really good. There you go. Cheers, my darling. Yeah, next step.
I'm sorry.
Oh no! Close set, cat! Right, so hi everyone. Say hi to Tabitha. This is the ginger little minx that's been trying to get on set most of the time. You may have heard her clawing at the door. She doesn't like it when I'm in here without her. But close set, cat. You know, you'll knock everything over. So you're gonna have to go. I love you, but you're gonna have to go. Bye, Gingy. Go on. Bye, Tabitha. You've been on the internet. See you in a bit. See, that's exactly what happens. You open the door and she's there. She's in straight off. Cat is obsessed. And I'm getting really warm in this office, guys. So I'm going to have to open the window. The sun's gone down now a bit, so it shouldn't be so bright on camera. Hope you can actually see me a bit better, actually. Let's just check the feed. I've not checked the camera for a while. Yeah, it is looking better in here. But it will look better when I've got a backdrop. And in future, you won't have the camera in shot. It'll just be me. And then I'll have to remember to look at the camera a bit more, because I'll also hopefully have a secondary screen so I can look at that and not have to worry about this, moderating the stream and not seeing your comments as you bring them through, because this is the disadvantage with one laptop screen. But it's not bad. I'm running all this kit through a gaming laptop that I bought secondhand. And I tell you what, guys, I'm absolutely stoked. It's an Asus a laptop. Can't remember the make and model, but I know it's one of the Ultimate Gamer series, the Republic of Gamer series, and it's awesome. Not that I've used it for much gaming, mostly been streaming and doing design stuff, but it's not the point. It's all good. So I'm just going to quickly just check, make sure there's no questions from you guys or comments. Yeah, so George, yes, the happy family-friendly approach to swearing in Firefly. Yeah. Yes, and Emma, yes, you saw my cat Tabitha, the ginger one. Yes, so Tabitha is, I would say, my cat because she hardly leaves my side. But she'll sleep at night on the bed with the missus. Because with this, and she'll curl up and sit on my hip, sleep on my hip when I go to sleep. Quite adorable. And the black and white cat, which is Toby, that's definitely the Mrs. Cat, without a doubt. He is a little suck up. He only comes to me for food, but he loves her to pieces. So he'll snuggle up with her, and I get Tabitha. So I'm quite chuffed about that. So yeah, so this is just going to go together now. Well, that's what I'm glad the new feed, guys, is working really nicely. The new stream, because I was really worried that I wasn't going to get it working properly, but it's working. So I'm absolutely made up, totally chuffed that it's worked, because like I say, it worked better for you as viewers. Hopefully get more watches and stuff as well. I mean, future videos won't be as long. Not everyone always wants to sit and watch an hour stream, particularly when it's someone just yabbing, jibber jabbing away like me. You can just see that. Talking and doing building Lego. So, some people find it sits to their OCD and their enjoyment to listen, hear my subtle tones and sultry voice as I talk about building Lego kits. I'm not going to do. I could do the entire Lego builder. As Kermit the Frog. As I'm building my Lego, you can kind of get a good idea of what I've been doing and how I'm doing. But I'm not going to, because that could get really grating. So yeah. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know me, yeah, I did quite a good Kermit the Frog impression. So yeah, but anyhow, right. So we're starting on this other side now, so it's looking quite good. Another thing that's going to come in future guys is going to be a little roaming camera, so I can actually switch the camera feed, so I can kind of not mess with this one too much, so I can show you detail better without having to interfere with the static camera. But that will come. A little webcam shouldn't cost me too much to do that. There's always room for improvement. All right, so what I'm going to do while I'm working on this side, I'm going to actually just flip this around. Hope you can still see it. Just check the camera. Looks about right. I need to figure out a great way for just to focus on this. Manually. That's probably better. I'll switch it back. If I fiddle too much, I'll just break it. So yeah, back to the build, and just make sure there's no other comments quickly. Well, I'm glad some of you, you guys are able to carry on watching because let's face it, after the nightmares I've had, some of you have messaged me going, I can't access the stream, I can't see anything, I can't hear anything. So the fact now we've had no technical problems and it's all working is miraculous. And I'm going to stop talking about it because it's probably getting a bit repetitive now. So it's thirsty work. Gotta stay hydrated, particularly if you're getting over a cough or you've been poorly. Gotta drink plenty of fluids, particularly while it's warm. It is warm. I don't know about anyone else today, but it is warm. Right, so can I remember? It was a 2. It was a 2. It was the 4 at the back, the clip in the middle, and then sandwiched between 2 8s. Yep. There you go. Mirror image from the other side, so you can see that again. So that's going to go there like that. It's likely that we're just mirroring what we've just done over here. All right. The stream. This is reconnected successfully. Phew. Right, so if anyone had a drop, I do apologise. I hope you can still see this. I am just going to quickly just check on you guys and make sure you can actually still hear me. But I just got an alert saying that the streaming software had a disruption. So if you're online and listening, can you just quickly just confirm, I spoke too soon, I really did, that you can actually still hear me and still see me, guys. I know there's a bit of a delay, so I'm going to give it a moment. Someone just put a comment just to let me know you can still hear me and you can still see me and you can still see the build. Give me a thumbs up, give me a like, give me a comment, anything, guys, just so I know it's still working. Go on, someone out there. Hola, senor. 5 out of 5. Okay, that's good. Thanks, George. At least I know it's still working. Phew. Panic over. Let's carry on. Carry on with the build. Let's do it. Let's get a focus and get some more of it. Get a bit more built in the time we've got left. Got 15 minutes. Let's try and speed through this. So I'm actually going to go quiet for a little while, and we'll go from there. Okay. Backwards. No, I can't get it off. Whatever you do, don't do what I used to do and use your teeth to take Lego parts off. I don't do it anymore, but I used to. Not good for your teeth, guys. Not. You're all going to probably turn off now because I've stopped talking. But I want to kind of move on. I want to keep it to an hour. I don't think my friends would appreciate me being late because the stream overran. But I think my wife is still preparing parts, so we'll probably organise the parts for Saturday's stream. Yeah, we're doing another one on Saturday, guys. So I think it was Saturday. Double check the blog, double check the page, and you'll hopefully let me know how we're getting on. But my little wifey, bless her, has been so organised with this. She's got 2 trays. I've only just done the 2 trays she brought in. Just starting it now. Just starting it, guys. So let's move on. Let's get this done. I want to see a rear end or something finished today. We'll get to a nice spot. Hope this isn't getting in the way of the picture, guys. I don't think it is. Right, it's getting a bit dark in here, so I'm actually just going to quickly put the studio lights on. Calling it studio now. It's not even a studio, it's a spare room, guys. But let's put some lights on. It might go a bit bright for a moment, but the aperture should also put your teeth back in. The aperture should automatically adjust to the lighting in here. And you can probably see me a bit better as well. Hey! And I've shifted. Should have shifted. Sorry, guys. And I'm going to take it off the stream. Okay, thanks for the notification, guys. You got an alert, but you could still see and hear me, and that's good. Yeah, no, biting Lego parts isn't good for you, and you should use an official separator. If anyone's never seen one, I've got one lying around here somewhere. I'll try and find it so I can show you. But I don't want to get too distracted. Let's focus back on the build. So I'm just going to switch away from the comments for a bit, guys, and go back to the site. And then back to my instructions. So yeah, but no, biting Lego parts is not good. We all did it as a kid, but of course, as a I don't do it now. All of these parts that I know I have now are pretty much the best condition parts I could probably get. A few are secondhand, and then you can't really tell. But I try and I've got to get better at grading components because selling it now, I need to be able to give people a realistic expectation of what the condition the Lego's in. So a lot of my kit, my parts, even though they say used on the website, are probably new, if not better than new, because they've never actually been used. But I just haven't quite figured out how to grade Lego yet. So I'll probably find an article online on how to do that. But like I say, the majority of it is in excellent condition. So if you are buying and ordering parts from me, got the parts you want, then great. If not, then well, you might have to find another site. But the catalogue's getting bigger and bigger. I've still got tons of parts, not catalogues, not even listed on the site. I've got trays like this, guys. Trays like this. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 trays. I'm not even sorted. Seriously, 10 trays like this not sorted, and it's going to take me forever to do it. But I will get there. The wife hasn't quite got involved with that because this is what I do in the evenings when she goes to bed. So anyway, but yeah, I've got a fair bit to go through and sort through. So not a bad thing. But I will get a secondary display so I can see comments and stuff, guys, because I want to be able to talk to you when I'm doing this stuff and get feedback. I also would like to do a few surveys and questions and polls and as I'm doing it as well. But of course, it's just little old me. Just little old me. So it makes it a bit tricky. But if I've got a secondary display, I can be a bit more organized. So if anyone's got a display, it doesn't have to be massive, that they don't want and they want to donate it, then I'll happily take a donated display just so I can do that, guys. So if any of you've got one, great. If not, oh well. Or if there's any sponsors out there that like to sponsor me by giving me a display, I'll happily do that too. And I'll put your sponsor on the page, so I can do that as well. If you want to give me kit or Lego kits to review and build, I can do that too. So do drop me a message. Instant message me through the site, guys. Like I say, I'm on Instagram. We're on Instagram as well. Yeah, we are. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on YouTube. Um, Message me up. Send me something. Say hi. Or like I said, send me stuff. Don't mind free stuff. Don't worry though. If that ends up happening, I will start doing giveaways. Because let's face it, people like giveaways, people like prizes, people like competitions. Let's face it, we all love a bit of competition. And I did one a while ago actually, when not the most recent or Star Wars film, but the second one came out. We actually did a cinema ticket giveaway. I actually probably had the most entries for a competition I've ever done. I had about 50 people enter. 50 people. I can't believe it. But yeah, I was well chuffed. All right, I'm trying to figure out how this goes on. The 4. How's that go on there? There's the 3. There's the 4. There's the little widget. To go over the leading edge. Confused. I'm gonna have to look at this, guys. I have to zoom in on these instructions again. There's the 4. That goes there like that on those pieces. Is there supposed to be more of a lip? I think there is. I think it's supposed to be a lip like that. That's what that has. No, that's right. How does that then go there? And this is supposed to be more of a lip. Or have I done something wrong? Have I done something wrong? Doesn't look right. Why doesn't it look right? Is there supposed to be a gap there? This is the first time I've had to stop and really look at what I've done, because I think I've cocked up. And I think I know where. There's supposed to be 2 rows of black. Yeah, there is. There's supposed to be 2 rows of black here. So this is where you really have to pay attention. So I've actually done these parts here too far over. There's actually supposed to be a gap further over. So let's fix this now. That's supposed to go there. Yeah. Supposed to go. The rest of it looks right. Yeah, I've messed up. Get off there. Nail undone. I'm not got many nails. However, I've probably got longer nails than some people, so I'm not going to comment. I'm not going to go there. Yeah. Did it too far over. That's why it didn't look right. Something wasn't right. It wasn't bunching up, and this was supposed to line up with there like that. If that's further over, then it will sit right. Alright. I don't have to do this very often. But sometimes, if you think something's not right, something's not right. Take a step back and just assess the situation. So it's 5 to 8, guys. Now I'm consciously aware that I've got a chat with my friends, a video chat, and they probably won't appreciate me being late, because we were supposed to have it last night, and I was having a bit of a chill out evening with my wife. We were watching a film, and I just dozed off, and I completely forgot that we moved it from yesterday, from today to be supposed to be yesterday. So it didn't quite work out. So and what I'm going to do, guys, I'm actually going to have to call it there, I think, because I did start a couple of minutes early. I can also relieve the missus from talking about, sorting more parts for me, and give her a bit of an evening. So, or do we give it 5 minutes? See if I can. What can I get done in 5 minutes? Shall we see? Give me a comment, guys, and say whether you want another 5 minutes, or whether I wrap up. Give me a comment. Give me a like. Give me anything. Call it a wrap or 5 more. That's all I want to see. All I want to see. Give me a 5 more or a wrap. Someone. Anybody. I know there's a delay. Is it gonna come in? I'll tell you now, I would not have attempted to do this on my old broadband connection. My old broadband connection was just something abysmal. We could barely stream Netflix, and let's face it, a film off Sky took to the next day to download. So when Sky said they were able to install fibre in the village, I was on that short list. My God, did I badger Sky about getting access, because I would never been able to do anything like this at all. So you know what? I'm gonna call it, guys. I'm gonna say thank you so much, everyone, for watching the new stream and supporting this. Got to remember, stay together, stay safe. Do follow me on social media if you aren't already. Check out the website by going to doalg.co.uk. You can follow me on Twitter. Use the hashtag DOALG or Diary of a Lincoln Geek. And also, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel for updates on new videos that are coming. Again, thank you so much, everyone. Have a lovely evening. And I'll say goodbye for now and enjoy your evening. Thanks for listening.